Yeah, I've come in and I'm coming to the Archangels to ask for some guidance for us all, guiding us through these really crazy times. We've got Saturn that's just gone in direct now, so that Saturn's been in retrograde from end of March, April time. And if you look back at that time, how what we've had to face during those months. So Saturn's all about karma. It's the crown chakra. So all fearful thoughts, thoughts that take us to worst case scenario, it's the complete opposite to the way we should be thinking. And if you look at the virus, which is, it's all about the mental. It's when we have lots of mental issues going on, we get colds and we get flu and we get all kinds of viruses. So it is to really focus our thoughts now, not on worst case scenario, not on judging anybody for what they choose to do. It is to just do what feels right for you. Because there's options, there's always options. You don't have to do anything that you do not want to do. So before you make any decisions, really go within and feel if it's right for you. Listen to your body. Look at the full picture, the bigger picture of what's going on, and find your information from other places than the media and the government. There's lots of, very qualified scientists and nurses and doctors that you can get other information from. So this is a time of us taking our power back. We've just gone through the harvest moon, the full moon. So, the harvest is all about reaping our what we've planted, all the good stuff. So and letting go of all the not so good stuff. So if you look at how we've been thinking over this Saturn retrograde, so thoughts going to worst case scenario and bringing up all kinds of emotions, and when we're in fear, that brings up anger and frustration. So now is a time of really centering ourselves the best we can and really listening to our own guidance, to what feels right to us without judging anybody else, because every single person is doing the best they can. And we're going through Saturn's the planet of karma as well, so we've been going through a lot of karmic time. And so we've come through, here at this moment, in this actual moment, we are a product of all our past lives, thoughts, feelings, everything is here. So we project that then into each area, all areas of our lives. So past lives where we've gone through wars and conflicts and famines and all kinds of things. All those memories have been woke up within us and we're projecting them out. And it is to remember we create by we think, by what our words are spells. That's why it's called spelling. So with every word we are actually weaving into the reality that we're going to actually step into. So thoughts, feelings and words and actions, it is to be very mindful of those at this time and only focusing on where you actually, what makes you happy. Because when you're happy, what makes you peaceful, that is when we come into alignment. That's when the body it comes into harmony. So then nothing is there obstructing our immune system, because everything comes into harmony. Every thought creates a chemical reaction in the body. So when we are thinking happy, peaceful thoughts, and even if we can't get into happiness, just take some deep breaths and just think, I'm just having a minute for me now, and just let go of all your stresses and your worries and worst case scenarios, because that is what Saturn's all about. That is what the retrograde's been about. So now it's going indirect, which will be easier now, and it is to focus on, yeah, the happiest scenario that we can actually focus on. And if we can't, then just breathe in a lovely colour of pink. Pink brings peace and love. Blue is a cleansing nice colour, so whatever colour feels right to you, just fill your mind with that colour. And colour holds a vibration, and when we breathe it in, with that vibration we become one with. So a nice colour that feels comfortable to you. Violet is one of transmutation. So if we're going through anger or any kind of frustrations and maybe addictions, because we've all been locked up for so long, and it's easy for people to just fall back into addictions, and it could be a substance, or even addicted to thoughts and the way we speak. Just breathe that violet light in, and let it go into any area, whether it's your mental, emotional, out into the physical. And just ask Archangel Zadkiel, because Archangel Zadkiel is just a step forward. So ask Archangel Zadkiel to help you with any unforgiveness that you may have going on, help you to transmute it. And when we were in Rome with a really dear friend of mine, Archangel Michael, we were doing some light work there, and Archangel Michael gave me the message that forgiveness is our saving grace. And it really is, because if we hold on to unforgiveness, we project that pain and that lower vibration onto other people, into situations in our life, without even realizing what we're doing. So it is now to bring everything back into this moment in time, and to start looking at everything we've learned. Look at worst case scenarios we all put ourselves through. We're all still alive and happy, and we're all still doing the best we can. And it is, the universe will bring things to us, as I am now talking to you like this. So we'll get our voice out there to the people that need to hear it. Mars actually is still in retrograde, so Mars is a very fiery planet and can connect with our sacral. So relationships can be a little bit fiery at the moment. So things coming up within relationships, things that we've not dealt with, things that reoccurring patterns that we're just getting fed up with those patterns now, and it's, oh, do you know what, just let it go. So watch for any kind of anger coming in with relationships, and not only in personal relationships but relationships with others. So if others are choosing to do something that we can't see any sense in, that's fine. That is their path. We are our own responsibility. We can't have that responsibility for everybody else on the planet. So the archangels, I'm calling them in for a message now for the collective. So just take some nice deep breaths and just breathe that beautiful golden light, angelic light, in through your crown and through your body, and just feel the love and the peace and the healing from the archangels as they gather around us all now. And I'm asking for a message for each person who's watching this video, just for some guidance through this time. And straight away we have divine order, Archangel Raguel, and like I say, Mars is in retrograde, so things might be a little bit fiery where relationships are concerned, and it's just only parts of us. It's nothing to do with the other person. Like I say, it could be some old unforgiveness that we're holding on to that's nothing to do with that person, but they're triggering something within us. So Archangel Raguel is the archangel of relationships, and he brings everything into divine order. So he reminds us, for every action there's a reaction, and we can be saying that we're feeling fine, but the look on our face is saying a completely different story. So it is being mindful of being truthful as well with how we feel. But really, monitor what we're saying, that we're not speaking from anger, we're not speaking from fear or frustration, that we actually speak now from our hearts, for the truth from our hearts, and in the most gentle and loving way. And look past the illusion of what's going on. Everything out there is an illusion. We seem to have got stuck on some kind of timeline that we're all having to work through, timeline that we didn't see coming. But this is the lower dense part of us bringing, this is all the fears that are in this 3D, this third dimensional place that we're all working through. So it is to keep focused on the timeline that uplifts you, not staying stuck. And unforgiveness is a third dimensional emotion. Anything that brings us conflict is a third dimensional emotion or pattern. So it is to really, we don't want to stay in this. We're now raising up into the higher dimensions where it's love and unconditional love. So everything that flags up to us that we have a judgment about is just reminding us that that's not being unconditional, that there's no unconditional love there, and only in the higher dimension is unconditional love. So Archangel reminds us balance, balance, and he is such a beautiful Archangel. He brings harmony into relationships, and he always, if somebody is not being heard, or somebody is feeling victimized, he will always stand strong and empower those people as well. So if you're feeling like you're not being heard, or you're feeling a little bit vulnerable, call in Archangel Raguel to give you that strength in relationships and to bring balance and harmony into all your relationships. And the next one was Archangel Sandalphon. So Archangel Sandalphon, we've all been doing a lot of praying, whether for ourselves and for others and the world. So Archangel Sandalphon is the Archangel of answered prayers, and he is a reminder that our prayers are being heard and not to worry. And you listen to beautiful music, healing music. If you feel yourself dipping into some kind of fearful place, and it is a reminder that instead of worrying, pray. And because if we worry, we're just going back into that third dimensional pattern. So step above it, call Archangel Sandalphon in, who's a beautiful and patient archangel. He really is, and he has such a whole. All the archangels are holy and sacred, but he walked the earth, so he has got a very grounded, sacred feel to him, and he will guide you. All you have to do is just listen to music, and put your radio on, and listen to what messages are coming to you. Or even when you wake up in the morning, they talk to me a lot, when I first wake up and there's music playing, there's a record playing, and I get stuck in the lyrics, and then it's always something beautiful and uplifting. So Archangel Sandalphon is with us, and he's guiding us and asking us, instead of worrying about anything, pray. And then Archangel Ariel. So she's the archangel, the lioness of God. She brings us strength. She's the divine feminine, and she is the manifester. She helps us to manifest. She works with all the elementals and out there in nature. So call Archangel Ariel, and she is saying right now, you know what you don't want. You know now that these sacred healing practices that we've been doing I've been doing it for 30 years, and people have been doing it longer, or however many years. These practices that we've been doing are not practices anymore. We really have to use them and actually focus on using them. And this is a time of we can't see really any future at the moment, because everything is because of the virus, things are being locked down, and we're feeling a little bit controlled. So we're actually receiving the message to stay in the moment. Don't even think about next week, don't even think about tomorrow or even an hour. bring everything back into this moment and fine tune within. So if anything is creating any kind of disharmony within, realize that's going to ripple out into your reality, into your life. So take a deep breath and really, and I know sometimes it's really difficult, and if we do blow off steam, that's fine too. Forgive ourselves and know that that was needed. But when we can, it really is vital that at this time we don't move out of the moment we're in. Just stay in, fine tune, go within, see how you're speaking to yourself, see what emotions are coming up, see what's triggering you. Or if you want to go into some kind of reaction, that's an old pattern. So this is we know this message, we've had it for years and years. All that there is in this moment, and from this moment we create the next one. So if we're in peace in this moment, we're going to create peace in the next moment. And then if we stay in peace in that moment, we create peace, and we feel a bit joyful as well. So baby steps, and just stay in this moment. And if you're going to react in a way that is going to cause conflict, take a deep breath and keep going within and within. Your Archangel Zadkiel, just step forward again. Use that violet light to transmute any disharmony that's going in. Call in Archangel Raguel for your relationships, because we're still in this Mars retrograde. And so if anybody, it doesn't matter if you know them or not, it's a relationship. Every single soul that we have in this reality, we have past life karma with. So if somebody is triggering us, it's an old soul coming back to give us the lesson that we need to ascend. It's not to punish us, it's not to hurt us. It's God in a clothing, in a disguise, just saying, look, I'm here again, and this unforgiveness, this relationship dynamics that we have is holding us both in this lower vibration, in this lower dimension. So it is to flip it, do the opposite to what you would normally do. If you want to push them away, pull them close. If you feel uncomfortable, feel love for them, because whatever is going on, that soul is there to teach us love, no matter what it is. If it's an abusive relationship, then stand in your power and protect yourself and do what's right for you. And really, sometimes in abusive relationships, that's what our soul lesson is, to stand in the power and, to not be in those abusive relationships, to really know. And this comes from self-love. It is all about self-love. We look after ourselves too at this time. We pay attention to, if somebody is taking our power, take a deep breath and demand your power back. You don't have to say anything out loud. Just in that moment in time, just demand your power back. And the divine will give you all the power, that divine power that you need to walk your path. And the people will come to help you walk that path and to help you with any kind of abuse that may be going on in your life. So now it's a time of reflection, because we're coming into, we're in autumn, so now the nights are becoming longer, and day is very not short and can be quite dull. So the body is not receiving the sunlight that it thrives on. So remember to take vitamin D's, please, because they help your immune system, and they help us against any viruses, and vitamin B's, and making sure that herbs like basil, when you eat basil, they help with congestion, on the chest and really help the lungs. So it is about looking after yourself now and making sure you get plenty of water, nice clean water, and even infuse it if with bless it before you drink it, as I always do, and before I give that my clients, and even make crystal elixirs, put it in your water. Anything, this is all about self-love and bringing ourselves into alignment, because when we're in alignment we feel love for everybody, and if we're not feeling love for somebody, we're harming ourselves, not that person. Okay, so I'm wishing you so much love, and I'll come in again and do some more readings, and I just hope everybody feels a benefit from this, and I send so much love and healing at this time. God bless and thank you.